So hello everybody and good morning from Sarawak from Borneo. It's right now at 10:05 15 15 a.m. here. Right now we are right now it's 5 August 2026 on Wednesday. Yeah, we are 8 hours ahead of universal time coordinate in case you want to know. So that's basically it. And yes, today it's going to be the launch of the Jielong-3, aka the Smart Dragon-3 rocket for the Flight 12. Also, the serial flight number for this flight also the same as well, which from what I can gather so far, it's going to be around 5 satellites on board in total for this mission. And that's going to be another newer one as well. Yeah, and also, you need to be reminded that usually finding this kind of stream officially goes live, at least for this one specifically, it's quite tricky. So it's pretty good that we are able to go live properly here around this time. And yes, rather than I guess we are wasting too much time, how about we try go instead with the live, shall we? So hello everybody and welcome again. Good morning from Sarawak from Borneo. Right now it's 10:48 a.m. here, just like what I said previously. Okay, and right now it's 5 August 2026 on Tuesday. So that's a very good thing. We are going to watch the how do I say? Okay, I'm going to reorganize myself back again. So for today, I'm Dennis Suguwa, your host today for us to watch the launch of the CASC Jielong-3, aka it's also known as the Smart Dragon-3 rocket for this flight 12. Flight number also the same Y12 for the total launch of 5 satellites on board this mission. We are going to watch this one. And for one thing's for sure, from what I can get, okay, while there's like the rest of the three, but the 2 satellites, it's going to be the main show for today. So, like I previously said, it's basically the Dongfang Insight Hyperspectral Earth observation satellite with the 2 satellites. The first one is actually called the Jinshan Star, and the second one is the Yinshan Star. So we are going to look at that. And anyhow, rather than wasting too much time, we also can look also forward. Maybe just give me slightly a little bit of time because yeah, because the stream that I'm using right now is the international rocket launches. Okay, vi- this one actually lots of sources that this channel actually uses. So that's why I need to update the attribution as well. Okay, and that's actually pretty good. This is what we want. Okay, so let's go directly straight to the live. Okay, so the weather today around the haiyang is basically very good, very sunny. The wind speed velocity is 4 kilometers per hours, and the precipitation and also I believe the the visibility should be around 100% or 9 around 100%, and the precipitation and weather violation so far looks pretty good. 0%, 0% chance like that. I mean, maybe this is not the most accurate way of me saying it. Let me rewind this again. Yeah, the cloud cover is actually 2%. Okay, if you actually see. Okay, the wind speed is actually 4 kilometers per hours. Cloud cover is only 2%. Very good. We can say it actually extends very far that if you are from this certain beach around the Haiyang area, around the Shandong, if I remember correctly, you should be able to see this quite far. Okay, only 2% of cloud cover, and precipitation so far is 0%. So there is no signs of rain, and it should be good. Yeah, so now this is much accurate with what I would like to say. Yeah, just in case I didn't get everything across. So here we go again. This is it. This will be launched from the, yeah, from the offshore ship itself, from the barge, if you can see. Yeah, at least from what I can tell, how do I say, it's not really tell, it's mostly the trend as well, at least on the sea launch stuff. The the sea launch, the sea rocket launch, currently it's quite actively used by China. Yeah, they previously there's like some kinds of talk about the Zenith rocket tries to go try attempted to go actives here and there, whatnot, but doesn't appear to look like it. And yeah, it's basically in the dormant state. So Zenith rocket unfortunately doesn't look like they are going to be flying anytime soon. Although, at least with China, with the, if I remember, there's like Series 1, Jielong-3. If I remember, these two actually, and also if I remember, even the Long March 11 actually were launched from the sea. So that's a very good thing that we like to see in the whole course of the flight itself, here and there. So that's a very good sign. Okay, and so far, yeah, so good. You can see this one is actually uses the multiple sources, so that's why you see why it looks a bit amateurish, okay, in a sense like that. So yeah, also credit to the various chinese Chinese spaceflight community for streaming this stuff as well. So the international rocket launch is able to compile and give us this kind of look, because otherwise it can be pretty, how do I say, very tricky to even find any good live stream, unfortunately, for this launch. So that's why I very much appreciate it. And also especially because international rocket launches, at least this channel actually did not try attempt to narrate too much and whatnot, so I'm able to use this part for this stream here and there. So that's it. This is basically that what we like to talk so far. And while we are still waiting around here, around the Haiyang offshore launch platform here, okay, while we are still waiting, yeah, especially this is what they call as the Haiyang Oriental Spaceport. Why don't we try go give a little bit of view of what kind of satellites in there actually will be launched for today, because there's five satellites like I mentioned before, which on which of it there's like two main satellites, basically two main stars here in the flight. Yeah, kind of pun intended, I guess. Yeah, because Jinshan Star, the star of this mission. You get it? Yeah, you get. Oh, so there's like fireworks there, stack of fireworks apparently. Hmm, the very interesting stuff. I guess they, I guess the spectators and the tourist visitor around that area, they might actually light up these firecrackers, and then I don't know, maybe celebrate something else. Anyhow, so T minus 21 minutes before the flight, we are still good to go. And yeah, the launch itself is, at least from here, even calibrated on my system clock here, it's basically around less than 16 minutes before the launch. Sorry, what I'm even saying, less than 21 minutes before the launch, similar to this on screen here. Yeah, what am I even talking about? Yeah, so I'm very sorry. I can bark a little bit here and there. So it's fine. We are still looking around. Okay, hopefully you can still see from this stream. Yeah, and yeah, let me introduce you a little bit the main stars of this show for the satellites. Okay, T minus, let me see. T minus 20 minutes before the flight. Okay, so in the meantime, let's wait here. We will be going to talk about the satellite. Oh, yeah, this one, next space flight. Notice here. Okay, and yeah, we are going to talk about this stuff. Let me see. Okay, so on this flight, on this mission, yeah, especially because Mike Zhang actually, or Mike Zhang actually compile all of this stuff. Okay, there's apparently another footage as well, but it's okay. This is basically the article for this one. You can actually check out from the NASA spaceflight forum. If you're very interested, you can actually look here, but I'm going to go a little bit of stuff here. Key point that we need to know. This one, as we know, as I've already mentioned, this one, there's two main satellites that will be launching to this mission. Okay, the stars of this mission is the Dongfang Insight Hyperspectral 01 and 02 satellites. That's this one respectively known as the Jinshan Star and Yinshan Star. Yeah, for the STAR.VISION, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and according for this one, this is just like they said, this one is the hyperspectral remote sensing satellites, basically the Earth observation satellite that should be able to do some kinds of view, okay, to understand more about our planet Earth. Sorry, okay, and apparently the both satellites, the lightweight design, each of it just wave or basically just only have a mass of 300 kilograms. I'm very sorry, 300 kilograms, and it actually equipped with 22 precisely calibrated spectral channels. Basically how many layers that it can look, that actually covers the visible light to shortwave infrared, and it has a 5-meter spatial resolution and also 300-kilometer ultra wide swaths. So apparently that's the resolution that it can go for this one. So if these two satellites combine together, it's already 600 kilograms on board this mission. Yeah, so apparently that's basically it. And it can achieve a 5-day global revisit again. So it can revisit. So once it's already captured, once certain location has already been captured, each of it can actually revisit back every 5 days. So another captures another 5 days, okay? And it, according here, it has a deep integration of the onboard intelligence processing system, and also it has the spectral analysis model that enables the satellite to perform anomaly detection and also ground feature identification while in orbit. Basically, it utilizes this machine learning technique here, or basically very famously known here as apparently artificial intelligence, even though it's a very blanket term. So that's why I like to use the word art. I like to use the word the machine learnings instead of anything. So that's basically it. Okay, and apparently it says that it can achieve a leap from passive photography, basically just photograph let and then once the satellites overpass or basically passing by the ground station process it. Nowadays it can achieve this active cognition according to this press release, aka the satellites itself, it's going to process itself all of these pictures that it needs, and it will just give to the ground station once it pass by, and the ground station only need to analyze what things that they need to look around for this mission here and there. Okay, so After these two satellites enter to the orbit, it will network together with the already operational Dongfang Insight Gaofen 01 satellite, which is the Yantai-2, that it will enable the general survey plus detailed survey demonstration service system that will support high precision observations within China, and also global land and sea stability macros monitoring. So that's basically it. And they are targeting for the full deployment of 258 satellites. So this is basically a constellation satellites as well. Okay, that will establish a globally covering integrated communication, navigation, remote sensing, and computing real-time intelligent aerospace information service system. So basically that's it. And this will provide the constellation for the network construction with the efficient, intelligent, and accurate spatial temporal information services for fields such as the emergency disaster relief, smart cities, and precision agriculture, and also apparently carbon sequestration monitoring. So that's basically it. And yes, there is also another more name about what each satellite will be. Okay, this one, it also known as the Dongfang Huiyan Gao Guangpu, or also 01, and the same can be said. Also known apparently as the Dongfang Xinglian 05 and also 06 respectively. And yeah, in case you really want to know how the satellites apparently looks like, this is one of it. And another one, okay, you can see there in the back of it, Star AI and also STAR.VISION, another satellites as well, and the photo op between the teammates of. So basically that's it. And yeah, and now there's basically the drop of zone. Okay, I need to find a much more certain map here, because there's already updated one here. Okay, so I believe it's something more related to this. Okay, I believe here is the notice, supposedly. Yeah, it should be like this. Oh, sorry there. Let me see. And also should be another one. So you can see this is the drop zone notice. Okay, let me move this together. Okay, so if you can see, this is the drop of zone notice. It's going to target around, just like what I said, around, it should be around 85 86 degrees, something like that. Yeah, you can see how it's actually will be going. So it's going to cover around this area as well. Okay, so there's also, so basically like there's going to be the first stage, and then later on second stage drop off, followed by another third stage, I believe, because this is I believe a four stages rocket for this one here and there. So basically that's that. And another one is another drop off zone notice as well. In case you're very interested, you can actually watch here. Okay, another one. Here is another one as well. And one more. That's very interesting notice. But otherwise, basically that's the notice here. Okay, so yeah, so this is also another sources according to the STAR.VISION on LinkedIn. Okay, so there's basically two satellites on board this mission. Another there's actually another three. Okay, but one is another none mentioned in the LinkedIn. The first one is the Lampung one, which is the built in close partnership with Lampung province, Indonesia, to create marine economic growth, environmental governance, and regional industry collaboration. And the second is the Samarkand 2028, which actually jointly created with Uzbekistan to support regional ecological monitoring and technological innovation. So basically, that's another one as well. Okay, and another one is the Zheda Kongzi, another satellites. Okay, but apparently the Lampong 1 satellites also it has another name as well, which is actually known as the Nanbang 1. I don't know why. Probably the Nanbang 1 is basically the Chinese character name for the Lampong. Yeah, something like that. So that's basically it. And anyhow, this is the photo op, but you can see just barely a bit how the Lampong one might actually looks like on the behind these two photo op. You can see there. So based on the description that we know about from from the STAR-VISION, apparently it also kind of use similar satellite bus with the with the Jinshan Star and also Yinshan Star. We can we can also deduce this a bit. This also technically could have also been an Earth observation satellites as well for this mission. So that's basically another as well. Okay. And anyhow, I don't want to waste too much time. Okay. Okay. So basically that's it. We are back again to the live. So here you go. So this is the view right now at T minus 8 minutes before the flight. All system looks pretty nominal and good. Okay, and here and there again, should be good. And probably while we are still waiting as well, why not we also go check out a bit about this Jielong-3, but I promise it's not going to be that long. Even if I'd like to explain, it's just probably not too interesting unless you actually watch it happen on live. Oh, buffering again. It's okay. Okay. Look at that. How do you like it? Okay, so basically, yeah, because I'm trying to find the basic but best example about the rocket itself. So here and there. Mhm. Okay, so basically that's very good. Okay, so in case you want to know, I can also give you a bit of update stuff here and there. Okay, so I'm going to tell you based on what I can find on the information that I can find about this rocket. This one I'm going to read directly from the Wikipedia. So if you don't mind, hopefully you're okay for this one. So this, yeah, just like I said, the Jielong-3, this one is basically a small lift. Yeah, this one is the small lift orbital rocket, orbital launch vehicle, also known as that. And the height of this rocket is 31 meters. As you can see, it's still ongoing in the preparation of going vertical. Okay, the height itself is 31 meters, and the diameter for the whole mostly for the third up until to the third or even the fourth stage usually would be 2.64 meters. Okay, maybe I can repeat myself again. 31 meters is basically the height is 31 meters, aka 102 feet. and diameter is 2.64 meters, aka 8.7 feet, and the mass of this rocket itself is 145,000 kilograms. Okay, you can see it's still trying to go up, or around 320,000 pounds with 4 stage. And the mass capacity going to the sun synchronous orbit, which basically, if it tries to launch around the constant daylight time, okay, to the sun synchronous orbit, low Earth orbit, 500 kilometers, it has the mass capacity of that can be launched on board this mission. For the satellites is maximum is 1,600 kilograms, or around 3,500 pounds. Yeah, basically that's the mission that I've read. And that one is very simple. But while we are still waiting as well, maybe I can also show you how the solid, how is it. So in the nutshell, all of the 4 stages itself, it's actually uses the solid rocket propellant. Okay, so solid rocket propellant is actually also very interesting, but just to give you a little bit TLDR, the solid rocket propellant is unlike the liquid fuel or even the hybrid booster, okay, where once it actually ignites, it cannot be shut down because it keeps burns in whatever oxidizer and fuel altogether, one mixed together, just like the NAM solid itself. It's already pre-mixed, it's already cast out, so you cannot shut down once it's already in for the flight. And we are getting ready in for the T minus 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, get ready for the T minus 3 minutes on my mark. T minus 3 minutes, 180 seconds, still going up. Okay, so I'm not going to go too long. I can explain just a little bit while it's still going vertical. So this is how the solid rocket propellants will actually work. Okay, it's something akin to this one. Okay, you can see there's like the igniter to ignite the solid fuel itself with the propellant gain. Basically, it can back to the kind of pencil eraser consistency. This one is actually infographic based on the Attackams missile, but the operation is quite similar, even though the propellant mix can be very different. Okay, and there's a motor case to as the body of the propellant itself. This one acted as the pressure vessel, so it's going to produce some thrust, and also combustion chamber to produce the high temperature combustion gases, and the nozzle itself to accelerate it, basically to accelerate the, how do I say, the rocket flame velocity itself, so it can produce enough thrust. And another view as well that I can show you here is the layout, how the solid propellant rocket works. You can see the construction, just like I said, there's igniter, there's propellant. Usually it has a few mixers, but the known mixers that we know is actually the, if I remember, the APCP, the aluminum perchlorate composite propellant, okay, with when mixed, which actually can mix either with the HTPB, hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene, or with the PBEN, the polybutadiene acrylene nitrate, okay, and also it can also use with the aluminum powder to actually enhance the burn itself, acted as the catalyst when it burns. And there's also mortar cases, thermal insulation to ensure that it's not going to burn to so much that it could result in catastrophic ignition, explosion and whatnot, and the nozzle itself. Okay, and another view as well. Here, the same as well. Rocket nozzle throat insert, body case, cavity, that otherwise you cannot ignite it if you don't have this one. Yeah, in the hole. And this is the space shuttle one as well, if you're very interested. So this is basically TLDR in the nutshell, how it actually looks like. Okay, and let me go here. Okay, so let's go. As we're getting ready in few seconds from now, there should be ignition of the Jielong-3. Get ready in anytime soon. Okay, we are still waiting, standing by. Okay, and as you can see, it's already gone vertical. So the Jielong-3 Okay, so it should be good. Oh, 30 seconds. I think this is what I heard, 32, something like that. Get ready in, as we will see the ignition of the all-solid rocket propellant force stages of the small lift Jielong-3. Yeah, and usually because solid rocket propellants you cannot shut down, and let's say if you really need that precision, you have to add more stages rather than trying to rely only the 2 stages. So that's why solid rocket propellant is basically known with a lot of stages. You know, like a curveball space program, like kind of stuff you really want to play in the first place. And this one will be launching from the Haiyang Oriental Spaceport from the Haiyang offshore launch platform. We are getting ready soon. Here we go, anytime soon. 5 total satellites on board in this mission, and based on the description that I told you, the total onboard mass could have already gone probably already exceeding 1 tons. Okay, or maybe if we are lucky, maybe it actually can go lower. Who knows? That's basically it. Okay, we're still waiting in. Get ready for the launch anytime soon. Expect some surprise here and there. Okay, and in case you want to know, this is a sea launch rocket launcher, so this is also pretty special. Pretty deep here in my heart as well. Yeah, because sea launch, yeah, up until pretty recently, it's not it's not a sight that usually we will see, even among the spaceflight community, even including myself. We didn't see this kind of launch that much, but otherwise, yeah, fortunately it's not really 100% too common, but common enough that it's still pretty interesting sight to watch around. So this one is around, if I remember, around the Shandong area of China. Yeah, where's the Haiyang actually located. So basically, that's it. We are still waiting in with full patience. Okay, so looks like they took a little bit of quite sweet times. Okay, and here we go. Ignition and liftoff of the Jielong-3 Smart Dragon-3 liftoff from the Haiyang Oriental Spaceport liftoff for the flight 10. Here we go for on the onboard total missions that, from what we know, is 5 satellites on board on this mission, heading to the low Earth orbit destination. Okay, and that's basically it. We are a little bit out of view, but I hope we have another view as well. Lift off, and here we go. Another footage here as well. By now, it should have already gone into the not only supersonic, but should have already gone into the max Q. Okay, the supersonic is basically Mach 1, the speed of sounds, and the max Q is basically the peak mechanical stress, maximum aerodynamic pressure, fully exerted on the rocket itself, on the launch vehicle, as it passes it by. And you can see from the plume cloud, basically that's the resultant of the burning of the solid rocket propellant, as it burns a lot of this solid exhaust chunk here and there. Not really super chunky, it's mostly due to the solid exhaust there. So that's that. Okay, so do we have another view? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so by now the first stage should have already burned out from what we can hear, or maybe not yet, or it's still flying. Okay, it's still flying, but otherwise the first stage appears to have already burned out, and the second stage might actually ignite anytime soon. We might see that as well. Okay, here is still the view. Yeah, even though it's pretty short, but I hope you actually enjoyed it. Yeah. So here's there. Okay. So we are still in the okay. So looks like with another indication as well. Okay, looks like indication from what I can saw is that there is second stage ignition. Okay, we have second stage ignition, igniting for the mission, or yeah, should be. Oh, okay. But otherwise, it's quite out of focus. But this is the best what I can gather from this. Yeah, what I can gather from this one, or it could have been the sign of first stage burnout. It's either these two. But otherwise, if it's second stage ignition, there should be some clear, how do I say, much clear indication of the solid blue rocket exhaust loom there that should actually ignite as well. So basically that's it that we know. Okay. So you can see it's pretty fast. So the rocket propellant is pretty fast rocket to begins with. So yeah, and also usually solid rocket propellant, whenever it reaches to the speed of sound, it actually can launch much faster in comparison to, say, with the liquid fuel, or even the hybrid propellant. Usually the reason is that, at least on the liquid stuff, if you try to launch it way too way too soon to the speed of sound, usually it can affect a lot of the liquid flow rate, something like that. So to so usually on this liquid fuel, and also hybrid fuel as well, even the upper part of the booster as well, because there's like two segment divided there. There's basically solid propellant, but it only contains fuel, and the liquid itself attached to it on together, that's basically like the oxidizer. Okay, so even that kind of effect as well, because the oxidizer part is also similarly affected by the acceleration itself. Okay, so you don't also want to go too fast on this hybrid and also liquid fuel rocket, even though it's already majestic enough to be used for your, let's say for example, if you want to use it on your amateur or even sounding rocket stuff, that's actually pretty good. But otherwise, if you target to the orbit, the variable itself, it can actually extend pretty wide margin here and there. I mean, technically there's a way also to still control the flow rate of the propellant itself. Okay, but it's just like the mitigation solution is, it's already way too expensive in comparison to keep it as it is. But otherwise, it's actually still possible as well. You can technically still make the rocket going to more than speed of sound, even before even before 1 minute plus, something like that. But yeah, the mitigation effort itself, engineering needed to do it, can be pretty challenging here and there. So yeah, and also next as well, we will watch the launch of the, yeah, we are also going to watch the launch of the Bluebird 11 to 13. I will also going to stream that soon. Okay, launching on board the Falcon 9 Block 5 rocket. Yeah, operated by SpaceX, launching from the Cape Canaveral. Cape Canaveral Space Force Station from Florida, US. So we are going to see this soon. This one, if I remember, this one is from the west coast of the US. We are going to see that. And yeah, basically that's it. Thank you so much everybody for watching this stream. I really appreciate it. And also because I really need to arrange my stuff here and there. I mean, like, not in the sense of way to directly organize it. It's more like I need to have a little bit of time to do something else in the meantime. But anyhow, thank you so much for actually watching and coming into this stream. I really appreciate it. Yeah. And I guess that's it because we also don't have anything else to say. There's also nothing in the live chat, so I can also end the stream. Yeah. By the way, in case you want to know, this is 135 live stream. Yeah, which we actually count anything that's successful within space flight stuff, rocket launches, space flight event stuff, successful anything successfully launched, or let's just say for example it did launch but failed. Usually we count on this kind of cadence there. So this is 135 stream, so thank you so much also for watching to this extent as well. And I'm going to close in with this one. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Dan Suguwa, your host today for the launch of the CASC Jielong-3, aka known in English as the Smart Dragon-3, launching for this Y12 Flight 12 mission, carrying in total 5 satellites into this mission. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and this will be heading to the low Earth orbit, or should be looking the from the satellites. Highly likely it's going to go to the sun synchronous orbit. So thank you so much everybody for watching in. I'm Dennis Suguwa, your host for today's launch. And yeah, we are closing in. Today it's 5 August 2026 once again on Wednesday. Right now in Sarawak, in Borneo, it's 10:47:15 a.m. So thank you so much everybody for watching in, and take care and stay safe until we meet again for evening. Yeah, for this evening where I'm going to stream that as well. So thank you so much, and where I'm going to stream that Bluebird 11 to 13. So 3 Bluebird satellites constellation being launched together on board the Falcon 9 Block 5 rocket, but operated by SpaceX. So thank you so much everybody for watching. That one will be launching from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And thank you so much. We will be see you soon in few hours from now, if the timeline didn't change. So that's it. Thank you so much everybody for watching, and take care, stay safe, and goodbye. See you soon. Bye bye. Take care. And we can end this now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every one of you. See you soon. Bye bye.